Place your bets, I want it all. Ooh, I'm lucky, ooh, I'm lucky, ooh, I'm lucky, ooh, I'm lucky. Show your hand, spin the wheel, pick your team, I want it all. Ooh, I'm lucky, ooh, I'm lucky, ooh, I'm lucky.
What's going on, YouTube? Man down. Boy, you hear the shots ringing out, boy. You know what I'm saying? First it was Baltimore, Devonta Davis. No, Tank Davis. Now it's Houston. You know what I'm saying? Man, shots ringing out, boy. When Shot Town gonna get somebody to go over there and do something? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man down, bro. But you know, I'll just take a little time out. You know, to just admit, man, I'll just do it, man. I'll just eat the chocolate brownie, man, because you know, I had picked Kell Brook. I wouldn't face the truth, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't face the truth, man. But Errol Spence, he came through. You know. But you know, I play both sides, man. You know, I'm like a politician, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing both sides, you know. I'm just trying to manage the situation and stuff like that where I can get the better out, you know. So I did a Dwyer and everything like that, man. I put some money up on this bad boy. And I came out good, you know. I ain't take no losses, so I was like, sure, I got a little something, you know, not much, but you know, bus pass money, you know what I'm saying? So he gets enough to give me a bus ride. So it's a little something to give me a bus ride, but you know, I'm talking about this other fight, man. George Groves. But you know, let's get back to old boy. Let's get back to old boy, man. You know, I mean, what do we say, man? What do we say? You know, I said in other videos, man. You know, I said in the other videos, well, not a whole, you know, I did say it a whole bunch of times, man. If y'all guys subscribe to me, man, the subscribers know, man. You watch some of my videos about Kell Brook and Errol Spence and stuff like that with Keith Thurman and all that stuff. I mentioned several times that I was like, hey, man, you know, Kell Brook, he's a tough out, man. You know, he's a tough out, but you know, at the same time, you know, when I think it was last year when they were talking about, you know, Kell Brook fighting Errol Spence and stuff like that, and this dude just had this injury, you know, with his orbital bone and stuff like that. I was like, yo, man, just drop the belt, you know, just drop the belt. And that's what I would say if I was his manager or promoter or whatever like that. I was like, yo, man, just drop the belt, move along. If you work yourself, you know, you can work yourself back up in the rankings and stuff like that. You know, take a year off, you know, get healthy, yada, 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 right? Well, it turns out Eddie Hearn has said that, man. Eddie Hearn has said that, you know, he pretty much probably said what anybody who's, you know, care about somebody that's being pretty much logical would say, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure the Engel guy, I don't know who's his trainer, Kell Brook's trainer, is probably Engel said the same thing. You know, I think it's Engel. Probably said the same thing, like, yo, man, just take a time out, but Kell Brook was like, nah, man, you know what I'm saying? He's kind of like a victim of circumstance. You know, I started to feel sorry for him, man, because, you know, if you think about it, he was always saying, I'm just looking for the big fights. And, you know, Amir Khan, you know, he a hater, you know what I'm saying? You know, Amir Khan, he a hater. He don't want to fight Kell Brook, you know. And speaking of him, he don't want to fight Kell Brook, man. It's so much to talk about, man, regarding this fight. Here you go, Amir Khan, man. You can see him because he's color commentating and stuff like that. It looked like he was happy that Kell Brook got beat down and stuff like that. You know, you see a little smirk and stuff like that, and he was like, man, he's probably thinking like, man, Kell Brook, he's more man than me. Hell, I would have been slept. You know what I'm saying? I would have been asleep, man. I would have been asleep and laying on the canvas already. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, like I was saying, you know, it seemed like Kell Brook was just like a victim of certain circumstance because he couldn't get that Khan fight, couldn't get the Pacquiao fight. You know, he was trying to make some money. You know what I'm saying? This dude's 30 years old, cutting down his weight, and you already know he a big boy, man. Dude's big. He's like ripped. I mean, both of them like ripped, but you know, the younger guy by about 3 years or so is like Earl, you know what I'm saying? So if you're younger, it's easy to cut weight. Hell, ask Canelo when he was going against Mayweather. Hell, you know what I'm saying? The dude had to cut an extra 2 pounds. And he did it too. He was like, man, I'm going to cut these extra 2 pounds to get this Floyd Mayweather money and try to become a legend. First dude to beat Floyd, I'm doing it, man. But as you get older, it get harder and harder. Just take more and more out of you, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so I think Kell Brook was thinking, like, man, where else I'm gonna get my money, you know? And some of the, you know, the British commentators, they were saying like, what was they saying? They're making comments, especially Tony Bellew. He made some kind of comment. It's like, oh, he should go up to 154. You know, the Charlo brothers, they can't do nothing with him and stuff like that. I'm like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? Didn't he just fight Carson Jones? You know what I'm saying? Didn't he have trouble with him even when they had the dude move up to weight to 154 to fight Kill? You know what I'm saying? The rematch. Come on, man. Like 154 is no joke, but he might do okay. He might do okay. You know, Kell Brook is not a small guy, man. Keith Thurman said, man, the dude's like what 5'10". You know what I'm saying? Probably walking around on 180 pounds and stuff like that. The dude's definitely a running back. You know what I'm saying? At least a collegiate one. He'll play football somewhere. You know what I'm saying? The dude's ripped. The dude was ripped. You know. And somebody had mentioned that, you know, they probably think he was probably taking something to strip down the weight. You know. That was on a YouTube video, but you know, I was thinking that myself because I'm like, man, how is he making weight? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he taking and like to draw down the weight? Because he's been doing it for a long time. But hey, you know, innocent to proven guilty. But yeah, man, put in a bad situation. He's just put himself in a bad situation, man. He's put himself in a bad situation. Somebody had mentioned that you know that Errol Spence had broke his other eye socket, but from what I'm reading from the Mirror, not the Daily Mirror, but it's the Mirror on this UK website. What was it? Jack I think it's Rathborn. Rathborn. I think Jack Rathborn. You know, he wrote an article that was published yesterday, May 28, 2017. He said the Brit had damage to the opposite eye to the one broken by Golovkin. Oh, so he did. Okay, I read that wrong, man. So he did get another eye socket broken. I thought, man. Yep, because it says here Kell Brook suffers another broken eye socket and defeat by Errol Spence Jr. Well, there you go, man. And it said the Brit has damage to the opposite eye to the one glove. Damn, man. Damn, what the hell's going on? And that's what the dude mentioned. Like, what the hell you doing, man? How's it you get... You would have thought it would have been the same one. You know what I'm saying? Dang. Because that's what I was worried about, man. I didn't think that eye would hold up, man. That's why that's why I just hedged the bet, man. I did the wire on that one. I just hedged it, man. But it was almost impossible to bet. And somebody had mentioned, like, what did the bookies know that we didn't know? You know, what do they know? that this dude's eye wouldn't hold up or what, man. But he broke the other eye. And he was getting off, man. I mean, this was a great fight, man. Errol Spence was getting off. He was teeing off around like the 9th or 10th round. Okay? He was teeing off around the 9th or 10th round. And, I mean, look, man, we try to... I mean, it seems like, you know... man, it seems like we try to put warning shots out there, man. You know, try to put warning shots. People try to warn Kell Brook, but you know, a lot of people trying to like beef Kell Brook's head up and stuff like that. But the warnings were put out there, man. The warnings were put out there, man. Cause Keith Thurman was kind of like warning like 3 months ago, man. He was on Fight Hype, and then he was on a UK channel, you know, talking about the fight and stuff like that. And he was pretty much saying, Keith Thurman said it, man. He called it out even a year and a half ago. He was like, man, it'll be like a year and a half. Errol Spence will be ready, and he'll fight for a belt. He'll be like a champion or whatever like that. You know, either he'd be fighting me, fight somebody, but he'd be fighting for a belt a year and a half. Right on point. It was like up to, like, I think it was like maybe less than 2 years. Yeah, almost 2 years to the date. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the dude, Dante Box Nation, had interviewed him around August 2015. He did it. Yeah, so it was like, yeah, a year and a half. So it's been on like a little over a year. Yeah. And some much. So it was, he was almost there. You know what I'm saying? As far as being, you know, a Negro Damas. I don't know Notre Dame, a Negro Damas, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, so he got a belt. Now he got a belt. You know what I'm saying? Now he got a belt. And he was saying that, you know, he didn't think Kell Brook was going to drop that belt, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, even after the GGG fight, Golovkin fight, when Kell Brook suffered the eye injury, Keith Thurman was saying Kell Brook wanted to fight him, and his manager was like, Eddie Hearn was like, nah, you ain't fighting no Keith Thurman. You just coming off eye. You like, what, you know, what are you thinking? You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, Kell Brook, dude a soldier, man. He a soldier, man. He a soldier. Because that's what Keith Thurman was saying. He was like, nah, I didn't think he was going to drop the belt because he wanted to fight me. You know what I'm saying? The dude's, he fought Triple G and stuff like that, man. This dude ain't, you know, he ain't going to just drop the belt. Nah, this dude got something to prove. And he also mentioned, man, that he was rolling with Errol Spence, man. He said it himself. He's like, I don't see, you know, Kell Brook walking away with a decision. He just didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, it's gonna be over around like he was saying like the 8th and the 9th, and he's at the 10th. He really couldn't really imagine Kell Brook winning or even going up to the 10th round. Like, yeah. So even if Kell Brook made it to the 10th, you know, which he did, it was a TKO on 11. He didn't imagine him winning. Period. You know. Because what's his name said, you know, Keith Thurman said, he was like, man, this dude's a tree chopper. So I'm going to leave some links in the description below. I know I'll be saying that sometimes and I don't do it. But I'm going to leave some links in the description below. Excuse me. I'm going to leave some links up in there. And you can hear it for yourself, man. You can hear it for yourself where Keith Thurman's at. And this is what I'm saying, man. This dude, Keith Thurman, you know, the dude is on another level, you know what I'm saying? I know he ain't graduate high school and stuff like that, and he just read books, but you know, as far as being on like a doctorate's level and stuff like that, and all these, but if you read a lot of books, man, you pretty much on that level. And this dude's a philosopher, man. You know, Keith Thurman's a philosopher. This dude's gonna be like an analyst and stuff like that. People won't wonder why, you know, this dude disappeared and stuff like that, because he probably don't have a lot of people on his level be able to comprehend what the hell he talking about. Because he was on this British radio show. You know, it's a YouTube channel, man. What's the name of this channel? Let me look it up, man. I think I got it right here. Nah, man. I gotta skip back. Hold on. Let me skip back real quick. Yeah, cause it was on autoplay, man. This thing was on. Let me take this thing off autoplay, man. Yeah, man. It was what's the channel? Pre and post ring boxing. So he was up on there, and he's trying to tell him, about Errol Spence. He's trying to tell him about Errol Spence, and the guy's pretty much like, kind of like spit out the information Keith Thurman was trying to feed him, and it was funny, man. Even like everybody who knew Earl, like seeing this dude box, he's like, man, I seen, like Anthony Yardy, Anthony Yardy, whatever how you want to pronounce the dude's name, Anthony Yard, I guess Yard. You know what I'm talking about? The was it the British light heavyweight? I think he campaigns a light heavyweight. He was saying like, look, man, I'm a Brit, what I'm saying? I'm proud to be British and everything like that. Pretty much like everybody was saying when Kell Brook went down, got, waved out for TKO, they were saying like, man, I'm British and everything, I'm proud to be British. But man, he's like, I seen Errol Spence spar with Floyd, like I seen it myself, man. I seen it myself, which is props up to Anthony Yard for getting out of the pond and going down and training in the US, cause that's where he saw him. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to Anthony Yard, and I think he debuted. I think he fought in the US too. I'm not sure. There's a few guys that done that. Nathan Cleverly, I know for sure, fought in the US a couple of times, man. That's what's up as far as the sparring and stuff is concerned. Is what I'm talking about. As he's working his way up, man, he just ain't staying in the UK, man. He getting out, man. So that's what's up with that. But yeah, man, he said he even saw Errol Spence spar with Sean Porter. You know what I'm saying? He's like, man, I seen this dude spar with Sean Porter and stuff like that. And I'm just letting, Kell Brook know, man, just don't take this dude lightly, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, man, Sean Porter and Errol Spence are good friends and stuff like that, man. Shouts out to the boxing voice, man. That's what I say, man. I just chill out. I don't make instant videos and stuff like that. I do sometimes, but usually I like to, feed up on some information and stuff like that and see what the hell's going on, see what people's talking about and read and stuff. And then, it turns out Sean Porter and Errol Spence are good friends, right? And so you got a dude from the boxing voice, you know what I'm saying? UK guy, from the boxing voice. He's up there interviewing Sean Porter. Sean Porter is giving his opinion and stuff like that. Sean Porter's being hit by everybody, about how he felt about the TKO and stuff like that, right? So anyway, long story short, Sean Porter cuts the interview short, like he dips out, and the dude started recording again. You could tell there was a cut in the action and stuff like that, cause Sean Porter was talking, and before you know it, boom, he had dipped on him. You know what I'm saying? The interviewer, and so it turned out Errol Spence had came out, and Sean Porter had his best friend on the phone and stuff like that. They had a mutual friend. So these guys got a gang, you know what I'm saying? They got an entourage together. They got the same friends. They in the same circle. They know each other. They in the same circle. So they say we have a mutual friend, and I wanted to get him on the phone to talk to Earl because we got some other stuff going down, and we don't want Earl to leave the country because Earl, he's Jamaican, man. Errol Spence, he's Jamaican. He got a house down in Jamaica and stuff like that. So he be dipping out. A lot of people be trying to get in touch with him, man. It seems like he got a vacation spot up in Jamaica, and he be low key. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Keith Thurman, man. People be wondering where the hell he be at. Just be quiet, man. And they don't want Keith Thurman to spit that knowledge on him. But yeah, Earl be dipping out, and so. He's back in the States now, man. He's back in the States right now. He's back. I think he said he was going to land in at like, 3 o'clock in the morning, so like that. So it's Sunday. It's way past 3 o'clock in the morning. He back. So I don't know where he's in Jamaica or not, but he was told to stick around for a couple more weeks, and they try to do something in Dallas or whatnot. But old boy from the boxing voice was like, man, I thought you was gonna call him out, ask for a fight or something like that. And then Sean Porter hesitated, man. Sean Porter was just like, no, I had fought him before in sparring. And then he had to like flip the switch. He sort of like caught him off guard with that question. Like, man, I thought you was gonna call out Earl, and he was like, no, we sparred once before, and then he was like, no, I ain't like that no way, man. I ain't like that. I ain't like that. But the way he responded, man, it was bad because he had to think for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had to, process how the hell I'm going to answer, respond to that. Instead of saying, if he was quick with it, he was like, man, that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? We could do this later. You know what I'm saying? I got Keith Thurman on my mind. He mentioned that the fact that they sparred together, and pretty much it sounded like, oh man, he we already sparred, and he beat me up in sparring, and he my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want get beat up by my friend. You know what I'm saying? And we already saw what happened with Kell Brook. Yeah, man, he can't do nothing with Sean Porter can't do nothing with Earl, man. But shouts out to Sean Porter. He was right there in the corner, man, the whole time. He was right there in the corner, man. You can hear him shouting, man. You can hear him shouting, talking about, oh man, yeah, just press it, keep pressing and stuff. You got to do this, you got to do that, because Sean Porter was out there in the UK, showing everybody love. But anyway, man, back to this fight, whatever. I'm watching this fight, and I had to listen to the UK feed, man. I had to listen to the UK feed, and I picked Kell Brook and stuff like that. I picked Kell Brook, but look, man, I would have made more money if Kell Brook had won, and then I would have spun something off that, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I sort of would have been justified in a way. Regarding, something about Keith Thurman and stuff like that. So I would have been kind of like vindicated. But, man, those UK commentators, man, they start running their mouth, man. They start running their mouth. And it pained me, man. It pained me, man. And, I put my it pained me, my heart started hurting. And I put my right hand over my heart. And I was like, God bless America. La, 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 la. So I started singing the national anthem and stuff like that. I started standing up. And, that national pride came out. I was like, man, forget the money, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't all about the money. I mean, it's about the money. But, we got to get it the right way. You know what I'm saying? That's why I placed that other bet on Earl. So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. They kind of ruined it for me. Then I started rooting for Errol Spence because they were like, yeah, the Americans, they really hyped up on this Errol Spence guy, yada, yada, yada. And then you had Frock and Tony Ballou. They like, yeah, and Kell Brook, he's doing this, he's winning, and they had him up like 7 rounds and stuff like that. It turned out the judges had it about even, right, with Steve Farhood and Showtime. Man, there was some homers, boy. Them UK guys, that's ain't nothing wrong with that, man. The dudes in their backyard, they commentating and stuff like that. They feeling good. And they just coming off the ramifications of what happened with Tank and Liam and stuff like that. They embarrassed, so they don't want the American guys coming over there. Because you gotta think about America used to be like the colony. You know what I'm saying? And then you got it's like the Empire versus, the rebels, like in Star Wars and stuff like that. The rebels keep striking back and blowing up the damn Death Star and stuff like that. The rebel get kind of like pissed, like, damn, it costs a lot of money to build up the damn Death Star. You blowing it up. Little next to nothing, And that's how we doing it in America, because the British, they got the amateur pedigree and all this other stuff and all the bills and whistles and stuff like that. Then you got American come out of nowhere, fighting out of, go down to Mexico, like David Benavidez and stuff like that. And do his thing. They even like Keith Thurman, he even graduate high school. You know what I'm saying? Beating everybody up. They unifying the division and stuff like that. Like, where you come from? Like, yeah, there's some janitor trained me, for like 2 weeks, and then you got the British dude like, I was in the ABA and pan this and pan that and all this other stuff and EBU this. And get wiped out in 3 rounds, so it's kind of embarrassing, because they pride, they got a lot of national pride, and then you got a guy like Errol Spence come from Houston, and like I say, man, dude fight like the Charlo brothers and stuff like that. Tony Blue, he mentioned it, like, I don't care if you ball with the Charlos and yada yada. I'm gonna speak on Tony Blue, man. I like that guy, but yeah, man, Earl just did his thing, man. So I started rooting for Earl, and then the first round had started. I wasn't sure, man. Like the first 4 rounds or so, I think the first 3 rounds, Kell Brook was on the money, man. Kell Brook was on the money. Earl was getting to the body just a little bit, but Kell Brook was spinning. Errol Spence and everything like that. He was spinning them. And doing a great job. But, yeah, man, this Errol Spence, he was just too strong. He didn't succumb to the clinches. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't looking to clinch. Every opportunity he had to throw his hands, he was throwing his hands. And so in the 4th round, that's the round I thought Errol Spence was like, that was his round, like the 4th, from what I remember. It wasn't the 3rd, it was the 4th round that where Errol Spence was just like digging to the body. Like, it was well apparent that, this is not a Kell Brook round. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to give a close round to the champion, go ahead. But the 4th round wasn't. And then as it started getting later in the fight, I want to say like maybe the 6th or the 7th, Errol Spence, I think, relaxed. He relaxed more, and it looked like Kell Brook maybe started to panic. But I believe it was like the 8th round on that, Errol Spence was able to step it up and just keep digging those body shots, man. And the color commentators, man, they finally had to admit it. They was like, man, these body shots, they wearing down Kell. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to really, the way they commentated wasn't reflecting what was actually going on in the fight, because by like the 8th or 9th round and stuff like that, shit, like the American guys, they had it tight. You know what I'm saying? They either had but majority of the guys, they had like a jaw or something like that. Maybe Kell Brook up around or so. But then you had guys like Carl Frock and Tony the bomber. Oh boy, they got like 4 or 5 rounds and stuff like that. So anyway, man, when he had him down, man, what did he have him down, like the 10th? It was just downhill then, because by that time, when Errol Spence finally had him down, then that's when they started telling him more of the truth. You know what I'm saying? They color commentating changed and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of like bad. You know what I'm saying? Because they it's not good for the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like I said with the Liam thing, I was like, I feel sorry for the fans, because you kind of like setting them up, man, to be, for a grave disappointment, especially the way they framed this whole fight up and stuff like that. You know, they just gave a UK, like a heavy UK bias and stuff like that, and didn't explain. I don't think they did a good job explaining to the public like who the hell Errol Spence was. Because one guy's like, yeah, they got a lot of hype around this American and stuff like that, and especially early in the fight. Instead of just saying like, hey, a lot of people co-signing on this guy Floyd, like he sparred with Floyd, like he sparred with Sean Porter and stuff like that. Man, they say this dude taking care of business, yada yada yada. It wasn't much emphasis on that, saying like this might not be a good thing for Kell Brook, and just be on standby and expect this guy to maybe have some issues. But that didn't come out until like late, you know what I'm saying? I want to believe it was like the 9th or the 10th, especially in the 10th when he finally went down, that they started saying, oh yeah, he having issues with the weight, and then he's just getting, the body punches are wearing on him, and he's slowing down, and maybe he should go on the 154. They start making all kind of excuses. Then they just become excuses, instead of like voices of reason. You know what I'm saying? They just come apologizes and making all the excuses for the UK guy, why he got beat up. And that's what's messed up, man. It don't make no sense. Well, why they do that, why you set your dude up like that, But yeah, they did it again, didn't they? They did it again. But like I said, look, Kell Brook was landing some good punches, man, early in that fight, man. He was landing some good punches. And it looked like at one point, I think it was in the 10th, where, and before that, where it looked as if, Errol Spence was stunned. He said he wasn't, but, we know what we see. You know what I'm saying? It looked like Kell Brook got in a few shots that bothered Errol Spence, because Kell Brook was, he was on the money, man. He was on the money. It's just that that I think the weight issue, man, then with him having that eye injury, I think it was just like flashbacks, man. And Errol kept pressing him and pressing him. If he was able to like stay in the middle of the ring, and Errol Spence wasn't a pressure fighter and stuff like that, of course, Kell Brook would have came out with a win. But this Errol Spence is a guy that can pressure you. He can cut off the ring, and he's strong, man. The dude's a strong guy, just like Sean Porter, just like a way better boxer. And yeah, man, you saw what happened, man. Dude succumbed, man. He had to submit, and I'm gonna have to do another video, with. I'm probably gonna mention it, man. I'll probably just do another video with, the whole thing about Kell Brook. Did he quit? That thing. But I gotta write this stuff down, man, because there's a whole bunch of videos I want to do on Tony Bellew. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. It's looking bad for the UK guys, man. Hopefully, maybe Callum Smith can do something. Maybe Callum Smith can do something. They had a few other, good wins, but maybe Callum Smith can pick up a belt, and then, the British boxing of old regarding the super middleweights maybe come back. You know what I'm saying? Because they got a lot of middleweight prospects coming up. A lot of guys got belts. I'm gonna speak up on that. Yeah. It's a good opportunity there, man. The British guy's gonna be holding it down at 165. 178. 168. I'm sorry, man. Super middleweight, man. 168. But yeah, man. Y'all let me know what's up, man. Y'all let me know what's up with this whole Kell Brook aftermath thing, man. Yeah, he got lit up, bro. That was a great fight, though, man. That was a great fight. Somebody was mentioning a rematch, but I was like, man, this dude need time off to heal, man. He said he couldn't see up in his eye and whatnot. Hey, kind of sucks, man. I mean, he still be able to make some other fights and stuff like that, but it's like, man, why did you take that GGG fight? You know what I'm saying? Why did you take that fight, man? And why did you stay at the weight class for so long? Miracle didn't want to fight you. And then he could have fought a whole bunch of guys at 147 pounds. I think that's some of Eddie Hearn's fault too, man. Eddie Hearn didn't want him to take the Keith Thurman fight, trying to protect him and stuff like that. And he just ran into a darn, Anyway, man, what's that thing about jumping out of the frying pan and whatever like that? He just ran into a bad situation, man. So it's a series of bad choices. One being that Golovkin thing, and then two, he could have fought, Jesse Vargas, Bam Bam Rios, a whole bunch of guys he could have just fought right here in the United States of America. It's stacked, man. It's stacked. We stacked at 147 pounds. It's like, you ain't going nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no place to go at 147 and 154 pounds without fighting somebody from the United States. It just ain't, It just ain't no place to go. And he had a whole bunch of guys he could have fought other than Golovkin, but he was like, oh, I want to make the big money fights and stuff like that. And now his career over with, But it's whatever, man. It's whatever, man. Let me check out how stacked it is with the Americas, 147 pounds. Yeah, we got Keith Thurman, Danny, Earl, Sean Porter, Lamont, Jesse Vargas, Broner, and now, we got Andre Berto, Jose Benavidez, Berto. He could have fought Berto. We got a few other names that are in the top 20, but anyway, man, they got Sam Eggleton over Kell Brook, man. Man, that's a real fall from grace. You know what I'm saying? You got Sam Eggleton, the Savage, over you. Come on, man, that ain't cool. All right, man. I'm out, man. Man down, I'm out. I'll catch y'all later. All right, bye.